Okay, guys. This is going to be I'm going to show a presentation I made in my chemistry class, and also because I think it's like important. Also, this is like a behind the scenes thing, right? Tell about how I made it. Okay. It's called the miracle drug ivermectin. I'm sure you've heard of ivermectin through dang it, Joe Rogan. So yeah, what is ivermectin? As you can see, there's a picture here of ivermectin because ivermectin is a derivative of ivermectin. I don't know what that means, though. I have no idea, like how you find a derivative of a drug. I know what a derivative is for like calculus. No idea what that means. Uh, so it was like found in like the 70s or whatever. In like this like microorganism, and they started using it for like courses and stuff. It's like an anti-parasitical drug because it was only found in Japan. Basically, it was so good they're like, hey, let's use this on humans, and it worked really well. It worked so well that they used it for river blindness or onchocerciasis or whatever. I did not know how to pronounce that in the presentation or now. River blindness kind of sucks low key because it's spread by black flies because they like the microorganism gets in the black fly, then they will like land and bite people, and then they'll get river blindness. It stays in like communities for like 15 years. It's like pain in the ass. It causes lesions in the eyes, which you can see with this guy. So bad. Oh my gosh. But yeah. Oh, and then I had the 2023, like 250 million people had it. Well, a little less, but basically. And it's primarily in like Africa, and then Yemen. And when I presented, I did just old school fuck up where I called Africa a country. I guess I'm racist. Yeah. Because they use like ivermectin to treat it. That's what the World Health Organization is really good for that. And because of all that, boom, they got the Nobel Peace Prize from William C. Campbell and Satoshi Omura. I have a picture of these. I could only find a picture of them on fucking India Today, and it was like a picture taken by Reuters. So yeah, it was like a really goofy way I had to find out about the Nobel Prize. Okay, then I have to go into COVID-19, and the reason why I have a book is because we had to have three book sources for the presentation. I don't really know why. I guess just cause. And basically, all this book was about was just like I didn't really read the book. I just looked for stuff I could use in the presentation because I'm based. Uh, so basically, what I did with this book is basically in 2020, no one knew what was going on, and scientists, like obviously, we're working on vaccines, but they were like testing drugs that they already had, see if they helped. And one of the things they tested was ivermectin, but it like just didn't really. It wasn't harmful, but it didn't really do anything. So then this book, The Plague Year, I used because this kind of got into it when like Fauci and Trump were like beefing and shit. And they were like arguing, and Trump was like, "It's perfectly fine. It's fine. COVID's nothing." So people had no idea what to think when like the president was arguing with the guy who's supposed to. It was a whole thing. And this book again, because I need to use another book, uh, to go. And then the worst part of doing this presentation was so I got into like doctors were using ivermectin anyways, and then people were like saying to, and then the main way was through fucking Joe Rogan. So I had to watch two separate Joe Rogan episodes, one where he talked to the doctors, and the other where he said he took ivermectin. The doctors were like cuckoo crazy, and they were saying shit like correlation does equal causation, and they were giving like a ton of just like sources I couldn't find. It was just like crazy. And then fucking Joe Rogan was like, yeah, I took ivermectin, but he also took like 50 other things, so I have no idea if the fucking ivermectin did anything. And then and then in the interview, he was talking about randomly like because again these are like 2 hour 30-minute long podcasts I had to listen to, and I wanted to die. And they started like talking about like George Santos or whatever, and how he wants liberal guys because he hates America and the liberals will destroy. It's so goofy. Uh, Also, it's kind of fucking funny because Freer Corey and like a ton of other doctors lost their medical license because you can't just like you can't just prescribe whatever you want. So they lost it because they kept pushing that like ivermectin worked, even though there's like no evidence it did. Uh, then I got into like doctors fighting back, and this was a funny tweet that FDA made where it's like, "You're not a horse, you're not a cow, seriously, y'all stop it." With this tweet, I couldn't find it, so I just like took a image off the internet of the tweet and then just sourced the FDA. They settled and stuff. Uh, And then I got into like the COVID-19 Critical Care Alliance, which is the doctors like ivermectin is perfect. You should take ivermectin every day. Oh yeah, because I forgot they weren't just saying that like ivermectin was best for COVID. They're like ivermectin you should take daily. It's basically a miracle drug. It affects any problems you've ever cold. Take ivermectin. They were acting like ivermectin was like the best thing ever created. Then so I got into alternative medicine to kind of explain like again I'm getting to the horse dewormer. But this was also just because I kind of needed a third book, so I got this. And basically, I said was like people usually use alternative medicines because they're viewed as like more natural. They're less expensive. It's easier to get. But then people kind of you can kind of just eyeball. Like you don't need to do exact measurements. So then, obviously, I get to finding ways to to get ivermectin, and they were just buying horse dewormer. Uh, because you need a prescription to get ivermectin. So they just got the, but again, it's used as like an anti-parasitic for animals and shit. So yeah, people started taking ivermectin, and this is like the chemistry stuff I tried to do, where because I needed to compare, uh, like the normal dose of ivermectin against like the horse dewormer. So like the typical dosage for like let's say like river blindness is about like 4 tablets. That's like 11 moles, which is just like a chemistry thing, just because they're easy. And then it's actually kind of crazy because like the amount of ivermectin in the horsey warmer, I assumed that the and you see this image, the 1.87 was the ivermectin in it. Uh, so yeah, it was like 99.5, which is like crazy. Of course, like because I couldn't like actually like figure out like how much some people are taking. Because, okay, I looked up how, like, they gave horses ivermectin. It was actually, like, pretty interesting because, like, some people would put it in food, then feed it to the horse. Others would just put it in the horse's mouth. But, yeah, like, the third video was just this crazy woman doing, like, so she couldn't, like, basically, so her video, it's like, I'm not recommending it, but this is how I take ivermectin every day. And, because it's like a little syringe that has the weight for horses, but, like, they were just using their weight, but again, like I don't know if that's safe. Uh, it was so goofy because like she just like, put it in a thing and then put it in a cup because ivermectin doesn't taste good. It's like, well, some people were putting in peanut butter jelly sandwiches, other people were doing this, and then she was just like chugging it with water. But yeah, I didn't like source that at all because that's like the definition of an unreliable source because it's just like some crazy lady. Uh, then I just pointed out people were getting sick because they were just kind of like, this is good enough. I wish I could have shown the tweets of people because, like, a while back during it, people who got sick off ivermectin, other people taking ivermectin was like, you idiot, you took too much. You're so stupid. But yeah, because uh, a ton of people went to the hospital, but people I'm pretty sure still take ivermectin. So they didn't even learn anything. And I just have this picture here just so that way, so I can say like again, there's so many different types of like ivermectin that people are using. It was like so hard to like actually like figure out how much people are taking. So like even an estimate doesn't work because again, ivermectin, if you just like take the tablets, won't hurt you because again, it's like a safe drug. But if you're just taking a ton of horse dewormer, obviously you'll get sick. Uh, Oh, this is the AKA. I need to wrap this up and make it important because again, it was kind of just me yapping about ivermectin. So I just said how like the main problem, I didn't get into it, but so one of the main problems is again like when you have a pandemic, you're low on beds, but you don't want to be treating people because they're like, I took ivermectin. So yeah, that was a problem. Also, I didn't bring it up. Dang it. But something funny that happened with this was that uh farmers were having problems getting fucking ivermectin because so many people were taking it. So there was just a ton of farmers who couldn't get horse dewormer for their horses. And then they were really like fairly annoyed. Uh, and then I just get into like ivermectin is actually amazing, and it's like actually like a really good drug, which it is because it helps like so many people. But the main reason people don't know it is again like Africa and Yemen. People don't really like Americans have a problem of basically not giving a shit about other countries or just fusing like other diseases. Like the example would be like tuberculosis or like even like sickle cell anemia. It's like, oh, that's a poor person or that's like a third world country disease. Even though like again, they're still people. And also it's still fucking deadly. We need to treat it. And then like problems with the future, I kind of just like, well, if we get river blindness over here, like, there's going to be a ton of people who are going to just like act like this proves ivermectin is actually fucking wonderful because they're finally going to be actually given it for the proper reason. And then the other issue is going to be people like obviously you're not going to want to take the fucking thing that's just known for being a horse dewormer. But yeah, I don't know if I said everything I wanted to. Again, this is I don't remember if I said, it, but basically I just did the alternative medicine because it kind of worked, and also I just need a third book. But yeah. Also, I have like a ton of sources, and I did these all by hand because I'm stupid, but also because I don't trust the like because you can usually do them on websites, but usually they're like a pain. But yeah, these are all my sources. Uh, what I made on this presentation? Oh, oh wait. Uh, that was like a whole mix-up. I hope you guys can still see. Sorry that happened. But basically, I made 100 on this presentation. So yeah, I did good. But I just waited a little few days just because I was scared, even though it was like hella unlikely that my teacher would see this, and basically just me being admitted to like just using books and like reading like a paragraph from each that I could use. But yeah, in conclusion, don't be taking ivermectin that's intended for horses. Okay, I'm actually gonna go back. This is a good message. You are not a horse. You're not a cow. Seriously, y'all stop it. And they were literally only forced to settle with this because technically they overstepped. Not because they were wrong, but because they overstepped. But yes, do not take the horse dewormer. Stupid.